I grew up on the street, okay, and
Yeah.
that was uh, even under communism, 100% freedom, on the street.
Really? What do you mean? I mean, 100%
Uh,
freedom on the streets in
on the
communism?
street, yeah, yeah, on the street, you're with your friends, you're all of them hoodlums, and we're obeying the law, mind you, but we're free and telling all sorts of things, jokes, of course, friendly insults, poking fun at each other, boxing and kicking the ball and all these things. Girls, always a topic. Yeah,
Naturally.
yeah, normal, normal. We grew up normal, okay?
That was, yeah, same here. I mean, I grew up in Detroit or outside of, in and around it, and yeah,
Yeah.
we were on the street. I mean, maybe it's something to do with talking about recording, right? They grew up
Hmm?
in an era of everybody recording everything, people getting canceled for things they said in
Oh my
middle
God.
school
Yeah.
on the
Oh.
way to college. Oh my God, what did they say? Like, isn't
Andre,
that
yeah,
doesn't that sound like
Andre,
classic
Andre.
Russia or something?
Yeah, exactly, Andre. If people had a recording of what I was saying in the 50s, oh, it's true. But that's what I mean
Yeah.
by freedom.
Yeah.
Even though the regime was a totalitarian regime, um,
Hmm.
but that's a different kind of layer of organization. But on the street, by the way, there are no cars, no cars, no
Why? I
cars.
mean, it was 1950. Cars have been out for a little
1950,
while,
yeah.
about a half
Hey,
century or
I
so.
got news for you. No traffic lights. They have not been
Yeah.
invented yet in Romania. No
Mm,
traffic
mm.
lights, no cars, a few street buggies, and so
Street
it's
buggies? What were
yes,
they?
yes, yeah,
Horse and
yeah.
carriage?
As if I have experienced your life in the 1800s,
Mm,
1800s.
mm-hmm,
With the Amish. I I come from that, uh, and of course, in my time things changed rapidly. In the 60s, we had the traffic lights and cars and all sorts of things, but uh, very, very sparse, very low
mm.
density. Um, Trains operated, that was the main mode of transportation. Um, and then aviation began to appear. Uh, Very few people had access to that. I did because I was a basketball player, so we had to play away games at the other end of the country. Um, yes, that's right.
Yeah?
Hey, you probably don't know. I was a somebody when I was
Yeah, I know. You know,
when
they don't know. I know. You
yeah,
know, I know. I saw your
yeah,
Morgan Freeman video.
from
We
from
we've
from from the street, and this is a serious point. From the street, channels of access did exist. In this case, athletics, um, and a very clean life, a very clean program, way of behavior, and the whole generation. My best friends, my closest and only friends in Romania these days are my former teammates and adversaries, all raised by the same culture. It was, by today's standards, a developing country, not a developed one. Today it is developed, but back then it was stepping out of a peasant society. That's what
Mm.
Eastern Europe was, a peasant society, uh, all the way after the Second War.
Before we hop too far away, we can't go too far without showing a great basketball player.
Before Adrian Bejan became a professor of engineering at Duke University, he had a very
There he
different career.
is.
Adrian was a basketball star in Romania.
I was a player under the communist system. Basketball is not communism. Even under communism, basketball was played correctly. The greatest single lesson from growing up in basketball was the idea that the ball flows through channels. The channels are not rigid. They are constantly morphing.
Just as Adrian the athlete saw basketball as the flow of a ball across the court, Adrian, the engineer, now studies that flow. He thinks it may be the key to understanding the design of the universe.
Yeah, that's great. All right, so I'll say if people want to watch the rest of that, we'll have a link to it that you can go and finish getting that amazing narration by Morgan Freeman, an explanation by Dr. Bejan on the relationship between basketball and the flow of life in a large sense. But it's not a game. It's for real. It's the real deal. You saw him there. Those weren't edited jump shots. He made all of those shots. A real legend athlete right there. So I just had to take a moment to put that on display.
I'm so impressed that you decided to show this.